Hey everybody, this is Sage Valentine, aka Etherblade, and this is my Survivor POV on Easter Sunday. Here are a few things that I want to discuss and further as briefly as possible because you know how I am. I tend to go off on a tangent when I'm talking, so we'll try our best to, keep this as brief as I possibly can. Okay. Not sure because I didn't do a POV of last week, so I'm going to add Miss Kass in there. Kass thinks that she's at a wonderful spot, or position in the game, whereas she feels like she can flip-flop back and forth. She doesn't realize that Tony's little crew wants her gone. And the fact that she went after Morgan the episode before last and started arguments, this is the second argument that she's had. Actually, third if you add on the argument she had with Tasha in front of Sarah. So they already know that she's weak and she'll do whatever they tell her to. I just couldn't get over the fact of what Spencer said when he said, she's very emotional, such and such and such. I was like, part of this makes any sense. More importantly, what kind of threw me off as well was when LJ and Tony decided to switch idols, meaning that, or basically trade idols with one another, Tony gave his to LJ, LJ gave his to Tony. So it's like, did Kass tell them, probably, to ensure her place in the game? And she feels like she's making a move, but really she put a target on her back. An even bigger target than Jeremiah has on his back. And his is pretty big after the flip-flopping that he's done. The fact that Morgan went home was not surprising because she had been on LJ's radar. And I was like, LJ finally got what he wanted. But the thing, like what she said about being older and people will choose, cute over ugly, and Kass is just mad because she's an ugly old woman. It's just like her vanity basically got her out, on top of the fact that, like Tony said, she was like a piece of furniture, a stuffed animal. She was just laying there not doing anything. Unfortunately, she left right after Sarah, so I guess she thought she had a good position. Now, the past episode that we just watched, I was so pissed off. If you watch the episode, I'm going to try to link it, in this video. But if you watch that episode, you'll see, how I feel about LJ. LJ was my player from the first episode. He was the one I hitched my wagon to, besides Tasha, Cliff, Woo, and the whole shebang that I mentioned in my other videos. My thing about LJ was that LJ figured that he was safe. He could kind of lay in the cut while Tony did all the work. And that's the thing that pissed me off about it. Because I was saying to myself, how stupid can you possibly be? When you play Survivor, you're never safe no matter how strong you are, how weak you are. If you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, whatever, you are a target regardless. Unfortunately, as many other viewers have mentioned, and I'm going to have to go here. Unfortunately, when it is a person of color, they tend to be singled out. It's a fact. It's happened many times before. For whatever reason, they have done, like Jatia. Jatia did what she did, so she kind of deserved to go. But the way that they're targeting Tasha's not really doing anything is kind of funny. Oh, she's the stronger threat versus Morgan, like they said the episode before last. I was like, if anybody was a threat on that team besides Jeremiah, was Tony. Tony's the main threat because Tony is playing everybody like a puppeteer, moving everything around. He's like Metatron from Supernatural. He's writing his whole story, and all you're doing is playing your part. And the fact that he was so paranoid because they put his name up next to Morgan, like, sweetheart, you've been playing this game. You should already know. You're going home. End of story. I can't help you here. And the sad part about it was probably that LJ truly believed that Tony had his back. Tony, to be honest, as being a person from New Jersey, and I did go to college out in Jersey City, I don't personally know the cops. What I've seen of them, I wouldn't trust them as far as I've thrown them. I'm sure there are good cops. Like, there's good cops in Newark, there are good cops everywhere, but I wouldn't trust him. And the fact that he sat up there and lied and said he was a construction worker again, and like Sarah's face changed, and I don't know if anybody noticed that, was crazy. They're not paying attention. Tasha sees him, Spencer sees him, Jeremiah sees him. That threesome is tight. But the rest of them don't see it. They're just like, we're going to lop them all out and then we'll have a chance to win. If you let Tony get too far, Tony may win. It depends upon who he's against. But if he's against a despicable player like, say, Kass or Trish, he'll win. Just on GP. It's not even the fact of them being women and him being a man. He'll still win. The one thing I'm happy about in that episode that really made me smile was the fact that Tasha, she kicked ass the episode before last trying to get immunity, and she finally got it. And it was just the happiness on Twitter. Yeah, there was a few people who were upset because LJ, you know, he ended up messing up. But I was just saying to myself, you know, as a fan of LJ, if you had kept your idol, you would have been safe. But unfortunately, he didn't. And as you can see, he's home. And the fact that Tasha won was fantastic because she's got people who have her back, and I'm all here for it. Regardless of how far she makes it in this game, she's a player that everybody should look to and play the game the way that she has, and do not repeat the mistakes of all those who have been voted out, save for Bryce, because Bryce was kind of blindsided, but he was another good player. Unfortunately, his mental and social game was a lot stronger than everybody else's. But the crazy part about that episode, though, before I conclude this video, was when Tasha tried to pull LJ to the side. And she said to him, you know what, we can make a big move. And he basically told us, well, I don't see any way that her idea will benefit my game. And then he walked out. I don't even know what he was thinking, to be honest. I know he's sitting at home like, if only I had talked to Tasha. Yeah, if you had if you had grown or gone behind, if you had just opened your mind, opened yourself, then maybe perhaps you'd still be playing this game, LJ. But unfortunately, you're not. And Jeff Probst called out Kass. He's like, look at Kass. She's a threat. They're not paying attention. The threesome is. The other ones are like, she's a pawn. All I'm going to say as I end this video is that if Kass makes it to the final 5, I told you so. But I'm telling you, Tasha's going to be up there, Spencer will be up there, and Kass will be up there. If they didn't tell Kass to go and flip the script and they're playing this game, see, we don't see everything. So that's my conspiracy theory of the day. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning into my Survivor POV, because I know it's been a while since I've done it. Anywho, have a happy Easter. Have a great day. Don't sit in the house. Get out. Do something. Check out my links below. And definitely, if you have not seen Captain America, go see it. I'm going to see The Haunted House tomorrow. Hopefully it's funny. After that, I'm going to see Spider-Man. So that's like next week. So anywho, I'm just excited. It's a good day. It's a beautiful day. It's Easter. He is risen, and I'm happy. So, take care, guys. Stay tuned for my other reviews of Survivor, Believe, The Following, and Hannibal. And, yeah. Bye, guys. Bye.